Hello everyone, it's KB the Mark, back with some news. Now with the Elimination Chamber event in Saudi just a week away, a lot of people are beginning to break their silence on WWE, such as Mark Henry speaks about WWE booking, Brock Lesnar reportedly being upset at Shane's actions, and many more. Let's not wait, let's jump right into the news. Mark Henry talks about WWE booking. On a recent Busted Open Radio, Mark Henry criticized the way WWE handled Rousey's booking as he thinks the company ignored the brand split entirely. I know the answer to this, but I thought there was a legitimate brand split. I thought that people on Monday do Monday things and people on Friday do Friday things. I can honestly say that I'm genuinely tired of it. Listen, if y'all going to mash them, just mash them. Make one set of titles for the company. If one brand does not have the title on it, have the number one contender on the other brand. The pay-per-views can be challenges. It's ridiculous, man. If you're going to do it or don't. I was in defense of it all these years, but I can't do that anymore. I feel like my intelligence is being insulted. Keep people where they belong. Brock Lesnar reportedly wasn't happy about Shane McMahon's WWE Royal Rumble ideas. Shane McMahon's return to WBPTV after being away for a while didn't go as he thought it would. There have been several reports documenting his behavior as one of the producers for the men's Royal Rumble match, as he received a lot of heat from various people for trying to center the match around himself. Vince McMahon also nixed several of his ideas, which eventually led to all creative plans for him being scrapped going forward, and Shane no longer working for the company as on-screen talent. Fightful Select reports that Brock Lesnar, who won the Royal Rumble bout, was not happy with Shane's behavior while planning the match. It was said that Shane was insistent on seeing them through, which didn't end up happening. WWE considered having Sean Waltman in the Royal Rumble. On the latest Sean Ross Sapp Q&A podcast, Sean Ross Sapp was asked whether there was any talk in WWE of using Waltman in the match, and there was. However, just like the previous reports have stated, WWE didn't want to use many outside names, including former wrestlers and NXT stars, for the men's match, Waltman said. Yes, there was. However, I was told they wanted to lean away from NXT 2.0 talent and a lot of outside names for the men, which is what we saw. Wyndham Rotunda looking good. Wyndham Rotunda, formerly known as Bray Wyatt, seems to be living a good life away from pro wrestling. The former WWE star hasn't been heard from much since he was released from WWE last July, and there's a lot of speculation that he could make the move to AEW or Impact Wrestling, but all indications are that he's in no rush to return to the ring right now. Rotunda is seen in a recent photo with some other recognizable names, including AEW ring announcer Justin Roberts and actor Skylar Astin. The last we heard about Rotunda was that he was working on a movie. Dave Meltzer pointed out that since he was one of the highest paid wrestlers in WWE, he is unlikely to be under financial pressures to make a move right away. While his exit from WWE was 7 months ago, he hasn't wrestled in almost a year. WWE locker room opens up about Big E. Big E is now back on SmackDown, and his main event push appears to be done for now. Many fans have said that he deserved a better title run, and per Wade Keller on a recent PW Torch audio show, people in the WWE locker room feel the same way. Keller said, "I've asked around, and all I've gotten is people who are really upset. With the rug being pulled out from underneath him. And I haven't heard anything about there being an awareness of an issue with him, and I think the people I have asked would know." Keller said he hasn't heard anything negative about Big E that will cause WWE to push him back down the card, and he speculated that perhaps management felt that they were teaching him some sort of lesson, but Keller stressed that he doesn't know for sure why he was moved out of the main event picture. Keller said, "Big E doesn't seem like the type of person who would do anything that anyone else would see as a problem, But you know, I could imagine him not knowing his place, according to some management, that now they're going to teach him a lesson because he dared to push back against something he didn't like that he was being asked to do. But I haven't heard of anything concrete as far as that goes. Keller added that people in the locker room always have great things to say about him and feel that he deserves better. House show advertisement may reveal plans for 2 more WWE WrestleMania matches. WWE house shows advertisements are usually a good indicator as to what the storyline plans are leading to upcoming pay-per-view events, because many of the matches at the house shows are booked so that wrestlers can get some work together before the big show. The following matches were advertised for the show on March 27th. Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, and Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. The Lashley versus Rollins versus Styles match might not be a title match if the decision is made to have Brock Lesnar win the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. There has been talks about Reigns versus Lesnar match at Mania being a title versus title match, and Paul Heyman has been mentioning a possible title versus title match scenario during his promos. The Lynch versus Ripley versus Belair match, if that happens at Mania, would be for the Raw Women's Championship. The 2 matches that have been officially announced so far for WrestleMania 38 are Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar, and Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey. Samoa Joe explains his silence on social media. Joe did follow up the news with a statement which he posted to social media. In it, he said he's proud of the moments he created with the NXT talent leading up to his departure, and he hopes to see them continue to grow. Extremely fortunate and grateful to all the young and amazing talent I had the pleasure of working with in the past months. Only saddened at the loss of an excuse to see their continued growth and achievement. I am very excited for their future and mine. Since posting that message, Joe has remained silent on social media and in the press. Understanding that fans of the seasoned in-ring veteran may be wondering about his whereabouts, Joe posted an update this morning and explained his absence. My lack of Twitter engagement is simply based on my increased general happiness. It's amazing how much more hopeful you can be for the world when you don't spend the morning reading the world's most prolific idiots propped up by the algorithm. Alright guys, that's all the news I have for you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what you think about today's stories. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel. I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.